So here's basically how it works. I'm out here, I'm somebody doing a search, and it's all happening digitally. It's happening on a communications frequency. And I'm broadcasting using these keywords. Tent, tent rental, let's say, are some of the words I'm using, and location. And let's say that you're broadcasting too. You're putting out messages on the social media networks. What are the words you're using? You may be the best company in the world, but if they're broadcasting with these words and you're down here using industry jargon as one example, then there's not a connection. So you need to somehow be where they are looking. And the way I like to explain this is pick the broadest category you can possibly think of. That's probably going to be tent or tents. Then narrow it down so that you are available everywhere in that big category, but then you are also very well niched according to your expertise, which could be location credentials, how you do things, the fact that maybe you had some experience doing really unusual projects in a snow-type environment that we looked at last night, that sort of thing. So that's keywords. Now, Google, when they're helping somebody find the information that they're looking for, and first of all, be very clear about this. Google doesn't care at all about you. Their job is to help people find the most relevant information that pertains to their search. Your job is to play the game so that you can be found. The way Google is doing what they do, and they keep changing the algorithms, which are these formulas that allow that information to be indexed in such a way that it gets delivered to somebody making that search, is this. The most current information is typically the best information. So, if you have updated your website recently, like Dan did, I don't know where Dan's at in here, in the back, well then his website is going to be more likely to be indexed because if it's new information, it has to be important. Isn't the recent news that just happened today more relevant than what happened 6 months ago? Of course it is. So that's the idea with that. So being current is important. Now, Dan's not going to run out and update that website tomorrow and the next day and the next day, but if he has a blog and he's updating that, say, on a weekly basis, that's going to get indexed more frequently, and if that blog points to his website and Google raises up the blog in the search engine rankings because of those current updates, and he points to the website, that pulls the website with it. That's as simple as it works, and it does work. The other thing that they're looking for are links, inbound links, people pointing to you. Who's pointing to you? The tent rental division is pointing to you. You're a member of this association, so that website is pointing back into you. That's a good, valuable link that you get from this association. Now, if you can get other people pointing to you, that's even better. Google likes these links because they give you authority. Authority comes from the standpoint of, well, let's say this is a cocktail party, or it's a networking event, and nobody knows anybody, and you walk in, and you wonder where the action is. Who should I talk to? And there's people standing in small groups on the perimeter, but there's one group in the middle, and it's a larger group. What has happened? There's probably somebody in that group that's a person of authority that knows what other people want to know. They've linked up to that person. That's why that group is growing. And when it gets some authority, it tends to attract more authority, and it just kind of, rolls up into a big snowball. That's the whole idea behind these links, is that if somebody with authority links to me, it raises my authority. It says, hey, they've just validated me. So your links, to have a lot of them is important, but it's also important to have links from other people that have some credibility too.